You should definitely check out the Dose of Reality blog. It's a really great way to get a lot of different perspectives on the life of a med student. And if you have family members or friends who are in medical school, it's a really good way to get inside what they're doing day to day.
With our blogs, we're able to give them sort of an in-depth, undercover view of what it's like to be a medical student.
I'm really hoping that people realize that being a medical student is not just about studying medicine, but about having a holistic perspective.
Not just in classes, not just what we're doing, on the clinical side or on the lecture side of things, but also what our lives are like, what it really means to be a Michigan medical student.
With the rigor of medical school, it's very easy to lose the opportunity to reflect on what you're doing, and blogging is a chance to get your ideas, your thoughts out, so that you actually remember what it's like to go through this, and in that process, give other people a sense of what it's like to actually be a medical student.
Dose of Reality is really exactly that. Med students are also just people, and so I want to show you what we do outside of medical school, sometimes with our classmates, sometimes with other people.
A lot of the bloggers will say what they're doing next weekend or different events that are entering Ann Arbor, and it's a way to just keep up to date with what's going on in the med school community.
I decided to blog because I felt it would be a really practical way of just processing what I was going through in medical school.
So it's both therapeutic and helpful for us, and hopefully insightful and meaningful for our audience as well.
Other med students and really anyone can learn a lot from the blogs because you get little snapshots in time from first year med students all the way through fourth years.
I think it's very important to be able to share a perspective that's different perhaps from a traditional one.
Just the fact that all of the bloggers are so different and involved in different groups and from different places in the US and abroad just gives you like a whole spectrum of what the diversity is like at Michigan.
So one of the things I talked about during my first year was the anatomy lab, and what a cool and interesting and sort of bizarre experience it was.
I blogged about my experiences in Ecuador. I was there doing a research project on diabetes.
What it's like to be in there for a first surgery or a transplant run.
And sometimes even glimpses into, how we're learning to become physicians and really kind of how we're being shaped as the next generation of doctors.
Before medical school, I was an acting teacher, an actor. And so I've always been interested in the dynamics of people. People have always been sort of my raw material or substrate. And third year blogging gives me a chance to look at the interactions of patients, teams, doctors from the actor's perspective, and look at the end of the day, how we're all still people negotiating tricky problems and trying to figure out how to do that using each other.
If you're interested in the Dose of Reality blog,
check us out at
umdoseofreality.org.
Get ready.
Get set.
Go Blue!